Hi guys, Rasul here with Data Talent Advisors. Wanted to put together a quick little video on certifications because I get a lot of questions about what certifications I should get, and even there's some questions about boot camps and things like that. But we'll cover that in another video, the boot camps piece. We'll do a little bit of a high level on some of the different ones that are out there. But let's get into the certifications. If we're looking at certifications in general, I think just demonstrate your proficiency and knowledge base on a particular tool, or in this particular case, as we're looking at different data talent type certifications that companies like AWS, GCP, and Microsoft Azure have put together. They're actually becoming a little bit more focused on machine learning and data science and areas like that. I think it's good to have. And really the way that you can best decide which way to go, it just depends on which environments you'll find yourself in more often. AWS obviously is the most popular, with companies working hybrid cloud, multi-cloud, things like that. 1 and 2 is AWS and Microsoft Azure. So really highly recommend getting any of the AWS certifications. They do have, I believe, 2 levels, associate and professional, which is the more rigorous, intensive certification. The AWS certification is probably the most popular and recognized by a lot of folks. And it just gives you a little bit of confidence as it gives the hiring manager when you have these certifications. Now, it is going to take some time, investment, and also some money from you to take the tests, but I think it's well worth it. In some cases, there are companies that will actually pay for you to get those certifications. It's not a bad thing. So GCP was another one. I kind of briefly touched on it, is another great certification to get. The only thing is GCP is just not out in a lot of environments like AWS and Microsoft Azure. That's the only thing. So if you do get it, unless you're going to be working in predominantly GCP type environments, it's going to make a lot of sense. Otherwise, if you were playing your odds, getting the AWS certification is probably going to be much better for you. And they have a number of different certifications, but if you're a data engineer, I believe there's like a professional one. I think it's a developer certification professional, which is a higher level, or you could just get the architect professional level, which is a great one to have and really, says a lot as far as the amount of work that you've put into it and your foundation and knowledge in that particular infrastructure as a cloud provider's tools. Now, one that I do want to mention that I see every once in a while from data engineers and sometimes data scientists that on the AWS certification site, there is something called a AWS Cloud Practitioner. This is specifically stated on their website that it is for non-technical folks that are just trying to get a high-level understanding of the different AWS tools. It's really for people in sales or marketing to just become more familiar with the different offerings. That one, for me personally, when I see it on a data engineer or data scientist resume, it's a little bit of a red flag why they would be flashing something that's totally irrelevant to what they do for work. And it's really going to take away from the candidate than them really flashing something that's going to further enhance their candidacy. So, at a high level, those are some of the different certifications. Of course, there are others that are offered by companies like IBM and others. IBM has like its own ecosystem. I'm not going to detract from that. Those can be quite good if you find yourself working in that ecosystem a lot. And there are some other ones from SAP and Oracle as well that you can perhaps get that will be very relevant if you constantly find yourself working in those areas. But these others that I mentioned, GCP, AWS, and Microsoft Azure, they tend to be somewhat agnostic, and you can still work in SAP environments and some of these other places and still work with Azure. That's becoming part of the whole hybrid cloud, multi-cloud strategy that many companies have. So really the ones that I'm mentioning, the cloud infrastructure providers, the 3 more popular ones, those are the ones that I would highly recommend. I hope this has been somewhat informative, giving you some background on the different certifications. Please be sure to like the video, hit the notifications button, and follow us. And if you'd like to reach out to us, please do reach out to us at www.datatalentadvisors.com. We'd love to help you out. Okay? Thanks again. I'm over and out.